kind of wanted to dive into it with the guys. When you say list items from your home to start, how do you go about doing that? And really, like more specifically, what are you looking to list from your house and why? Let's go, Cernoch.
So when, so yeah, that was the thing. Like, hey, when you're getting started, like, hey, look around your house and start selling from there. I think some people get like, hey, like, well, what should I list? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, well, I always like to start with clothing, and then I'm a big clothing guy, but we can if you have a lot of clothing, then go in your closet. If you haven't worn something in a year and you're not attached to it, get rid of it. Go into your garage. Okay? Have you used that tool? Have you used that piece of equipment, in the last 2 years, Now, here's the thing with tools and equipment, it's going to be like you sell that piece and you're like, oh, but, so look around your house, is there outdated, is your furniture or your your things that in your house, are they just taking up space, or do you want to move some stuff out? Those are the things, I would say start with. And like if you're a brand new reseller too, pick up some items that you have around your house. And that's a good way to teach yourself how to like comp items, how to look up items. And you could be like, oh, this Pokemon ball, like, practice Google image with it, all those things. And, see, you never know. You might be oh, I didn't know that was worth $200. I'll never use that again. And boom, there you go. There's your first item you just sold, So that's what I say. Always look at things that maybe you want to get rid of or, drop off at Goodwill or the thrift store. But go, wait a minute. I wonder if that has value. Because, again, we shop at thrift stores and garage sales, and that's how we make our money. We make our money on people throwing away stuff that's valuable to other people, and they don't have value in it. So that's what I would say. If you're starting from home, practice, look for the things. You don't have to get rid of all your stuff, but if you, again, like I said, if you haven't worn a piece of clothing for a year, maybe time to get rid of it. So yeah,
No doubt. I definitely see that. Let's put. I don't know why I didn't figure this out earlier. There you go.
I disagree with Cernoch. I've been waiting for my turn to come up. I disagree. Any tool that you have in your house, you sell it, and then you figure out how you're going to figure out to fix something next time.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
I do side work all the time, and I never have the right tool because I sell everything. I'm selling. Don't come to my house because I'll sell you too. But the real part of that is the other end. I don't sell clothes, but say for instance your light is no good, and you're like, you know what? Let me throw this light out. Hold on a second. Look up that light and see if there's pieces on that light that people are buying. Your vacuum. You're gonna throw the vacuum away because your wife sucked up your phone cord. No, don't throw the vacuum away. You can take off just that pouch part and sell that. The bag system, the hose, the attachments, and you can make money off of that, and you're going to just throw it away. So yes, it is stuff that is laying around in your house, but it also could be stuff that you were going to throw away that people need those pots for. Like Kevin says, and there's other resellers, Commonwealth, when in doubt, pot it out. Like, don't be afraid to check that part that you have, or that machine or tool or hair dryer, and see if just the pieces are selling on it.
There you go. Tim.
All right. Excuse me. So, I mean, basically, it's not necessarily about learning how to start a reseller business by selling the stuff that's in your house. It's more so about going through the steps of reselling from your home without spending any more money. I think that's and Cernoch and Leroy both touched on that already. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from when somebody says start with stuff at your house. It's just more so of learning the steps, the process of finding an item, researching an item, listing an item, selling an item, and shipping the item out. Just to be able to do all that without necessarily spending any new money, I think that's what we're really dialing in on when we're saying start from home. And also, it's just like you said, it's like if you're going to donate something, or if you're going to, throw something away, or if you're going to try and sell it in a yard sale, but you also want to be a reseller, why not take that opportunity to take that item, go through the process, the steps, learn how to get comfortable with doing all of those things before you start going out to the thrift store and spending $100 every other day. So it's more so about just familiarizing yourself with the process, more so than it is, this is how you start a reselling business. You start selling your stuff out of your house. So it's more so of that than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I did drop some of this in there, but it's hard to explain. Honestly, it's a big question for one. For two, that like these guys have said, it's a learning process. It's a help for that. The other thing I'd touch on is if you're just getting started, it is a way to generate some capital to go out and begin to buy stuff. Like, so then, one of the things you'll hear oftentimes, if you're starting out for part-time, I will just tell you one of the best ways to get started part-time is to use your reselling money to grow your reselling business. Like, so like this is a way to do that. We talked about earlier, one of the things you need to get started is a scale and a tape measure. More likely you got a tape measure. You may or may not have a scale around your house. Maybe you don't have, look at that, eBay sales, let's go. Like when we think about that, invest $20 in a scale. I mean, they're not that much. Get a scale, get things going, but it gives you a chance to practice. The other side of that, though, is when you come to things in your home and you begin to list items. Initially, when you open your eBay account, when you open your eBay seller account and you're getting ready to sell items, you are not going to be able to list but so many items at a time. So you're going to have to use the other side of learning about reseller is looking at that sell-through rate. Hey, if there's 1,000 items listed of this particular DVD you've got at your house, and you are fixing to put up 1,001 of those items, and then you look at the sales rate by clicking the sold. We talked about this in a previous episode. Please go back and watch. If you go back and you look at the solds of that, and there's only 10 sold, the likelihood of you being one of those 10 to sell in the next 90 days is extremely low. There's two things you could do in that. A, don't list it. Like, it's not worth it. Like, don't list it. It's probably not going to sell other than just to practice with it. Don't use that up as one of your 10 items because that'll be there 10 years from now, right? When it finally sells. Or give it away. That's the only other way to do it. Hey, I am going to list this thing and I'm going to put it up for $4. Like, or you may even take a bath on it. Like, sometimes I'll look at listings like, why did this guy sell this for 99-cent free shipping? Like, how does he even do that? Well, how he does that is he might be one of those guys. He might be just getting started. I've got 10 listings I can put up. That's all I can put up. Maybe I'm just going to ship this out to somebody for 99 cents so that I could get one listing sold, to start getting some feedback. That might be the reason behind it. What I'm telling you, if you have that much in that sell-through rate, like there's so many, you're either going to have to be the cheapest or the best. And the best may not sell because people are cheap. Like, so you're probably going to have to be the cheapest to get yours to sell first. Mm-hmm. So for you just getting started, yes, go around, look up everything at your house. Like, look up everything. Like, when I first got started, I did that. I went around my house. I was like, I'm like, honey, we ain't use this in however long. Let's sell this thing. Like, I'm one of those things. The decorations in our home are for sale. I mean, a lot of times I sold a trunk out of my living room the other day, one of those little trunks. And I was like, babe, that's gone. We got to find something else. That's just right. So it's one of those things when you're getting started, it's definitely something you should look at. It's definitely something that you need to take account for as far as how fast is it going to sell. Let's list it. Let's get some sales under our belt. Let's get a little bit familiarity. It's good to list a variety of items from your phone or look up a variety of items from your home so you kind of get the nuances of each item. Because listing a set of DVDs, or listing a video game, or listing clothing, or listing, electronics. There's different nuances with all those. So it's good to kind of get an idea on that.